Okay, I'm going to play two recent ads that were released for Kamala appealing to men. They're both completely ridiculous. I'm going to play them back to back. And then the third part I'm going to play is one of the creators reacting to the most recent ad, his cope, his insane justification for why he made these ads. If you want to skip the two videos, if you've already seen them, there will be a timestamp in the bottom, but I'll play both the ads now and then we'll play the person's reaction just after.
Right, dudes. So, I think we're all pretty sick of hearing how much we suck. Every time you go online, it's the same story. We're the problem. And yeah, some white dudes are. Trump and all his MAGA buddies are out there making it worse, shouting nonsense in their stupid red hats and acting like they speak for us when they don't. All they've ever done is screw us over. But if you're not on the MAGA train, where do you go? Isn't it just swapping out one crappy option for another? Then it hit me. This isn't about picking teams. It's about who's got a plan that's gonna make life better for me and my family. So I've been doing my own research and decided to check out Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And before you jump down my throat, they're actually talking to guys like us. No lectures, no BS. Just real solutions that protect our freedoms and help us take care of the people who matter. And honestly, I think Harris and Walz are the ones to make that happen. End of the day, you're your own man. It's your call. But if anyone gives you crap about it, tell them it's none of their damn business.
So, no lectures, hey? If you're a black man, though, Obama is going to give you quite the lecture he did just a couple of days ago. But we'll play the second ad here.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse. I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually. Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful. That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
So that's the final ad there. Or I guess the second ad. And then this is the person's this is the person who just created that last one that we watched, his response to it. We'll play it here now. Yeah, it's crazy the way I think he tries to explain that it's just for comedy purposes. It's not very clear that ad was just comedy, but we'll play it here and hear what he says because his justification is so hilarious.
A Rorschach test and everyone wondering what they're seeing here. But what was your intention in creating this parody and the substance of the message?
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, I think about masculinity a lot because I'm a dad now raising kids. And I think in this country, it's something we don't talk about a lot. And so I had this idea watching the back-to-back conventions where at the Democratic convention, there's men who are looking at the women who they work with or who they're in relationships with admiration and respect. At the Republican National Convention, you have, everything's about size, crowd size, this size, that size. You're playing Macho Man. Literally, Hulk Hogan is ripping his shirt off. I mean, it was such a cartoon of masculinity.
So, I mean, this is absurd. At the Democratic National Convention, people are looking at their partners or wives or whatever he said with admiration. At the RNC, they're talking about crowd sizes. Dude, it's not about masculinity. You can talk about how big a crowd is. That doesn't mean you're talking about masculinity. That's only existing in this guy's brain. If he, we're talking about the size of a crowd. It's just, you're talking about the size of the crowd. It's not masculine or feminine to mention that. And then the thing about Hulk Hogan ripping the shirt, dude, again, you're the person who is for some reason just looking at this through the lens of masculine, feminine. I have no idea what you're talking about, but the reason he ripped his shirt is because he was a pro wrestler. It's not because he's like, I'm masculine. It's because everyone recognizes him as that's his move. What do you want him to do up there? If he's trying to be more feminine about his wrestling career, I don't understand this point at all. It just completely delusional from this guy.
That it really, the juxtaposition was hilarious to me. Wow, you guys got that picture fast. Holy moly. So I come from comedy, and comedy comes from juxtaposition. And so to me, I was just riffing with my friends thinking, wouldn't it be funny if you took these ideas of like, so macho, you got to tell everyone how macho you are all the
It wouldn't be funny, actually.
time, masculinity, and what I feel is a more real version of what it means to be a man, where, you cry at a rom-com, you braid your daughter's hair, you go pick up tampons from the store if someone needs
So those are his 3 examples of what masculinity is on the top of his dome. Braiding hair, picking up tampons from the store, crying at a movie. That's not, just say this guy wants just a man to just be like a woman. His versions of masculinity are just feminine things. So his version of masculinity is just femininity. I get, like, what else would it be? In the comments, let me know, because this is ridiculous. And, I'm going to guess that he's just doing this because maybe he can't compete. Maybe he just, like, is terrible at sports. Maybe he got picked last in gym class. I'm going to try to make this ad with my little comedy career and just reframe what success means in masculinity. I don't know, like, what else could it be? Because it's not like he's picking things that are more like nuanced or more debatable, or maybe more like, you could say things like cooking would be something that would be, I think, a better example of more of a gray area. He picks picking up tampons and crying at a movie, no less, at a romantic comedy movie. So I just think he's just trying to like reframe this and this guy just obviously, in my opinion, has a real problem that he just gets out-competed by certain guys in like certain aspects of life.
Who cares? And so to me, putting those together, but treating it like as if it's a real, rugged man political ad would be funny.
I mean, I didn't get the humor in that. I don't think anyone looked at that and thought that this was just like pure parody. I don't think it was. I think he's just trying to cope now on CNN to like save some face, because I think he was just literally trying to make some kind of appeal to men, because they talked about like women having the right to their own bodies or whatever. Like there's definitely like mostly political messaging throughout that entire ad. So anyway, I'll end the video there, but I don't know if the Democratic Party has any clue what men are like. I don't even know if they hang out with any men. Like, what is their deal? Actually, I'll play one more little thing here, because I'm going to play this short clip of the way that Doug Emhoff, the second gentleman, walks out here. Because I got another video just planned on if Tim Walz is a good message for masculinity, or if he's going to be able to appeal to male voters. I don't think he will at all. But this is Doug Emhoff. I'm not even making a comment on exactly what he's doing here, other than this is not how just a regular run-of-the-mill average dude, the movements with his arms, what is he doing? I mean, are you trying to be the queen? What are these waves? Every person, it seems to be, that's close to this current Democratic ticket, it's like they've never hung out with just regular guys. And I'm not talking about NFL football player dudes, or like guys that are just even, say, the top of a finance profession. Just regular guys. They don't walk out like going like this to stuff. Go to just a regular like pickup bowling match, anything. Guys don't walk around waving like the queen to each other after you get like a nice strike in bowling. You're not going to go, oh, wow. So anyway, but with that said, thank you for watching. Have a great day.